Hi everybody, I'm Elise from the blog LesPetitesSaintsCrochet.com, and today I'm really excited to share this little bunny with you. She is a vintage nurse bunny, and I got the idea from the very talented Suzanne from Suzy Marie Knits. And so today I'm going to share all about this project and how you can make one for yourself. In order to make your own vintage nurse bunny, you're going to need a handful of supplies. So first you are going to need your pattern, and this is from Little Cotton Rabbits. I'm going to leave links for everything in the description box below so that you can find it if you would like to make your very own. You're also going to need some yarn. Now this is my favorite. This is the Barocco Vintage. I make all of my knitted toys and even my crocheted amigurumi with it. It is a worsted weight and it is just gorgeous. I cannot even begin to describe how beautiful it is, and here's Olive trying to get into it. She loves it too. The other yarn that I love to use, and this is for the clothing, is Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino. It is, I cannot even describe how beautiful this yarn is. It's so gorgeous. The other thing you are going to need, obviously, is your knitting needles, and I love the Addi Rocket Turbo. These are fantastic. You're gonna need 2 different sizes, and the pattern gives all of that in it, the details for everything you'll need for that. And then the last thing, if I can find, oh, it's under Olive right now, is you are going to need a piece of felt for the little nurse hat. Oh, and you will also need some embroidery floss. And I use the black just to make the black little detail up here on the top. So to make the little nurse hat, it's really quite simple. What I did was I just measured the bottom section here, which ends up being about 2.5 inches. And then at the very top is about 3 inches wide. So that's really what I wanted for the hat. I wanted it to be a little bit wider on the top and a little bit more narrow on the bottom. And you can see on the bottom, it's a little bit of a curve right here. It's just a little bit of a U shape, and so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to just use my Sharpie right here because it ends up just being easier to be able to mark all of this, and you can see it better with a bit of a Sharpie. So on the bottom, I'm just gonna mark it, and the good thing about this is that it's pretty forgiving. It's not really like, oh my gosh, you have to make this so perfect. It really is like, okay, just make it how you want it and then adjust it as needed. So I'm going to come up here a little bit, and let's see, how wide would I want this? I think I'm going to come up about here, and then I can cut away if I don't really like how this ends up looking, or I might love it. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with this shape. I think it's looking pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a straight line across here, and then I'm going to cut this out. And I really recommend get some good fabric scissors and guard them with your life. Don't let anybody touch them in your family, especially those pesky children. As one gave me a look right now. Yeah, don't let your kids or your husband touch your fabric scissors. Yes, seriously. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So the first thing that makes this a little bit easier to do this little back stitching is to I like to just draw a little line very faintly across the top. That way I kind of have a guide, and that way it just makes it easier for me. Okay, so I have a tiny little light line. I've gone ahead and threaded my needle because that's always difficult to do when you're on camera. And there's Olive playing in my polyfill. And basically I'm just going to backstitch over this whole thing. And it makes it so easy to have this already lined with the little pen. And I'm not great at backstitching, but you know what? It ends up being okay. So I finished with my back stitch across the top, and as you can see, it's not perfect, but you know what? It's okay. It's gonna be fine. But I don't want the back of this to show when I put it on the head. And by adding a back to it, by adding your second piece and sewing these together, number one, you won't see the back, and number two, it actually acts almost as a stabilizer so that it's a little bit thicker here on the top. So that's Olive in the background still playing in my polyfill, which is fine. So I've got my white thread that I am going to use to stitch these two together. I just kind of do a little running stitch across here. But what I like to do, and this is an amigurumi trick, is to, when I come into this corner here, I'm gonna leave a long tail because this is what I'm going to use to stitch to this part of the head here and this part of the head here. So by going ahead and leaving that long tail, once I'm done, I'll come back and thread this, and I've already got my working thread to stitch to both sides of the head. So this is the part I'm really excited about. I am going over to my neighbor's house. Her name is Tony. She was a nurse for 50 years, and she was the entire inspiration for the little nurse bunny here. So I'm going to take you along with me, and I'm just really excited. I hope that she realizes that this is a nurse, because one of my kids said it looks like a sailor. So we shall see. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Luxie. Hi, Luxie. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm scared.
All right.
Elise has something for you.
I've got something. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi, Luxie. Hi, Luxie. Okay.
I'm scared.
You should be very scared.
Oh my God. Oh, it's a nurse. I love it. Oh my God. Oh jeez. Oh my God, into my gallery. Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. I thought I was going to have something for my head.
Exactly. Yes. No hat.
Oh my God. Her name is Tony the Nurse Bunny. This is absolutely wonderful. Oh my God.
I saw this pattern and went, all right, I gotta do it.
Oh God, this is absolutely gorgeous.
Aww.
I wonder if she's got good skills like me.
She definitely does.
Oh, okay.
She's very well trained.
Does Olive like her?
Olive loves her.
Olive loves her. Well,
yes.
That's very important for me.
I know you have a photo of yourself from when you were a young nurse.
Yes.
Can I see that?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see this. How long have you been a nurse?
58 years.
Incredible. Incredible. Yes, I love this photo of you. Which one? This one?
That's it.
Oh my goodness, Mooksy! Mooksy, Mooksy! Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh look, y'all, you have the same hat.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, look at how cute that is. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it.
I'm so glad I moved to North Carolina. Oh my God, this is so wonderful. When you told me you had a surprise, I thought, oh God, she's got a helmet or something. In case I fall again, I'll be protected. But this is better.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this.
Oh, good.
You know, I
good,
collect
good.
these.
Do you?
I have a thing downstairs.
Well, I gotta go see it
Let's
now.
go see it.
Let's go see it. Oh,
The big one
gosh.
in the back is a yadro that Joseph gave me. That was my first nurse.
Oh, they're so cute. I love them. Oh, and there's Mooksy.
There's Moosey. Look at the good girl. Oh my, what, Moosey, what are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much for stopping by the Les Petites Saints Crochet YouTube channel today. I hope you loved my neighbor Tony's reaction. I love getting to see people when they see my toys for the first time and when I get to give them one, and it just really melted my heart, and she is just such a wonderful lady anyway. And don't you love that New Jersey accent? I love it. And also, if you would like this video, if you would subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. I share a video every single week all about knitting, crocheting, amigurumi, and running a handmade business. And I will see you all next week.